Hello, my name is Taisha. I have been on Zepbound for 78 weeks, and I'm back to give you an update. But let me show you something really quick before we get started. It is covered by my insurance, and I have a copay of $49. So that is, I think that's also incredible, and I know that I'm pretty lucky because there are some people who have to pay out of pocket. So I don't take that for granted. I am prepared, though, if it gets to a point where my insurance doesn't cover it, to pay out of pocket for it. That is how life changing this medication has been for me. All right. So we have come to the time where I am officially no longer covered. As of the 8th, I had, my coverage for Zepbound ended. Now, now that we've gotten that out of the way, let me tell you my plan. So I have a few options. What I can do is I can get with my doctor and we can focus more on the obstructive sleep apnea part because I have a documented history of that, had a CPAP and everything. Now, of course, I don't need it anymore, but that's my hope. That's one option. Another option is to try to go through the VA to get coverage there because that's one of my service connected disabilities, obstructive sleep apnea. So there is that, again, documented history. So we can go that route. And then my final option is to switch to vials. So it's not really a lose lose situation. And back in week 4, when I made that comment that I was prepared to pay out of pocket if ever my coverage ended, well, here we are. And what's great about now versus before is back then it would have been $1,200. And now I can use the vials. So I'm a little apprehensive about the vials because the pen is just so easy, right? Just put it, you hit the button, and that's it. I think this entire time out of the 78 weeks, I have only felt a tiny pinch 3 times. So 3 times out of 78 weeks. And I'm just a little nervous about the other one. But if that's the route that I have to go, it's okay. I will, um, I will do that. So that's it about that. If you were, tuning in because you wanted to know about the coverage, that's the plan. And I do have Tricare for life. So I was medically retired out of the Army in 2011. And yeah, so that's where we are right now. As far as my weight, I haven't weighed myself in weeks. And I got on the scale this morning and I'm no longer 125, okay? I'm 130 pounds. And I'm okay with that. I'm having a DEXA scan. I believe I'm gonna go this Wednesday and have a DEXA scan. So I will have that to report to you um in the next update. I'm hoping it was muscle. I'm really hoping that it was muscle and not fat, right? So we'll see. I'm not freaking out any either way. I know that I've been doing the things that are good for my body. And I honestly feel good about what I'm doing. Um, I'm still on 5 milligrams, still no food noise, no side effects. Everything is going as greater than I could have ever expected. And I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for that. I know that things that typically draw clicks, right, are negative things and people, for some reason just connecting more with struggle. And yeah, there are going to be some times, where we have struggles, but I want to focus more on the positive things, right? Some of the positive things for me will go back into obstructive sleep apnea. I'm not struggling with that. I don't need to use a CPAP. Not that I was very compliant with that before, but I don't need to use it. That's progress. I'm not suffering with, really bad acid reflux every day. I'm not bloated and uncomfortable and in pain and struggling with inflammation. My blood work is good. I no longer have high cholesterol. I no longer have non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. I haven't had any flare-ups with fibromyalgia. Like, these are the positive things. I can get up in the morning, I'm getting my butt out of this house and I'm going to work out, then I go to yoga, and then I come home and I have the day ahead of me. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, those are the things that I want to focus on, not the negative things. And it's something that's kind of funny that I was thinking about recently is I have been doing everything pretty much from home and was content with that. And I needed to switch it up and I did. But the things that I'm doing are things that cost money, which is fine, right? But it's like right when I start doing all these extra things, then all of a sudden here's a monkey wrench. Your medication is dropped. But it's going to work out cuz again, the vials are so much less expensive than, having to pay for a box of injections. So, I've got those 3 options of things that I'll be working on and I will keep you posted. The first thing that comes back, I will let you know. For right now, I have a shot that I'll be doing today, and then I'll have 2 more after that. Now, there's another box that has 2 2.5s. If I have to use those, then that's what I'll do, whatever it takes, because I wanna make sure I exhaust the insurance part, and if that's a no on both fronts, then I'll go to paying out of pocket, but I don't wanna jump the gun and pay if I don't have to, alright? I eat a whole food plant-based diet. I am a vegan, an ethical vegan, and that makes me feel good. Like, when I say that makes me feel good, I'm not saying it just makes me feel good to be a vegan, but I feel good in my skin. I'm comfortable, um, not having the GI issues. I mean, I struggled with that for years. So to not have that, winning, okay? So I want you to take away from this video is I want you to focus on your wins. It's very easy for us to get stuck in the negative things going on in the world. Maybe our journeys aren't going exactly the way we want, but focus on the good stuff. And I'm not talking about rah rah fake motivation. Focus on the improvements, right? If you're diabetic and your A1C has improved, that's success. Let's celebrate that, right? If maybe you were winded going up a flight of stairs and now you can go up without feeling like you're about to pass out, that's a win. Maybe you're able to fully lay down and you couldn't do that before. Those are the things, right? Getting in and out of your car if you have a car. You know what I mean? Being able, like Joe, to go outside. Like, focus on those things because those are the things that make this worth it. Okay? We can always sit around and focus on the negative things, but this week, today, starting today, I want you to focus on the good parts and I want you to share those in the comments. I want you to share your wins. You can share one, you can share as many as you'd like, but that's what I want us to focus on today. Let's focus on sharing those wins. And before I close, I want to remind you every week on Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I have a live stream. I think it's a great time. You just have to come and see. If you like it, cool. If not, that's okay. Maybe check out a different one because they're a little bit different every week. And what else do I have for you? Daily Dose of Mindset. Check those out every morning, every day, every day. So there's a video up every day and they're very short. So if you don't watch them every day, you may be like some of my people who kind of watch them in groups and then they comment, and that's all right. So I think that's it. Yep, that's it. I want you to remember we can share our journeys, but we should never compare them. Bye.